So I did a video also on this young lady with such a tragic story. I don't know if I'm saying her name correctly, Mika Miller. So it come to find out that, and I think I mentioned in the other video, that she used to be the babysitter or the nanny for Pastor John Paul Miller and his former wife, Allison Williams. Now, Allison recently asked a judge to temporarily grant her sole custody of their two youngest children with all contact suspended until John Paul completed a psychological and parental fitness exam. Parental fitness exam. Allison said she was previously okay with the phone calls and texts, but then he also started inappropriately discussing the current state of events with them, sharing his plans of suing everyone and becoming a millionaire. They also talked more about John Paul's infidelities, including the affair with Mika that began while she worked as a nanny for John Paul and Allison's children. They also said that he hired prostitutes and he was very inappropriate with several underage female members of Solid Rock. His behavior has been under scrutiny since Miss Miller was shot and she shot and killed herself on April the 27th at Lumber River State Park near Lumberton. She had served him divorce papers 2 days earlier. I personally don't believe it. I think he did it. The elders have shown concern about his behavior and an apparent lack of financial transparency. He said that attendance in the church has dwindled. I'll get out of there. He also said that John Paul rewrote the church's bylaws to give himself 100 decision-making authority. And when you see pastors doing that, it's time to go. Almost the entire congregation left the church, and he is recruiting new members and operating Solid Rock Ministries solely at his discretion. The underage girls who he was involved with, none of them are willing to come forward because they are afraid of him. The police in Myrtle Beach says there's no probable cause to pursue charges against John Paul Miller. I wonder who he's friends with in the police department. Solid Rock Ministries has planned to expand its Faith First Academy School for first through ninth grades on Highway 17 bypass. When Mika and John Paul were married in 2017, Mika remained on friendly terms with Allison and her stepchildren, except for when things started to change and arguments escalated between the couple and they would fight in front of their children. He would talk about her on Sundays and say she had mental health issues and he was going to eventually put her in a mental hospital. She alleged that he began a relationship with another woman whose husband later drowned. Now, this is the part we get into that's kind of scary and creepy. When you see someone involved with other women and their spouses mysteriously died under mysterious circumstances, I don't know about you, I think he did it. And just 2 weeks prior to this incident, the woman's husband confronted the pastor and asked him to leave his wife and children alone. And it is chilling to know that the spouses of both are now dead from tragic events. John Paul's own mental health began to deteriorate while he was still married to Meek and having an affair with another woman. He started buying guns.
Okay. Um, this is my new number. Please don't give it to anybody, but I just wanted to see you if possible was to help you, walk through the goodness and stuff and keep your heart right through all of this. I don't want to lose myself in this. I don't want to pursue anything out of anger or anything like that. For me, bring peace, keep my soul right. So, if you just text me and anything that other could talk, so you know, I'll greatly appreciate it. Thanks. Bye.
Now that was a voicemail from Mika Miller. Let's listen one more time.
Micah, this is my new number. Please, and if it's anybody that I just wanted to see you possibly was to help you. Your walk through forgiveness and possible keep your heart right through all the mess. I don't want to lose myself in this. I don't want to do anything out of anger or anything like that. So they bring peace, keep my soul right. So, if you just text me and anything that other could talk, so you know, I'll greatly appreciate it. Thanks.
She also called the wife, the former wife, and gave a new number and told her not to give it to anybody. And she wanted to see who her counselor was to help her walk through forgiveness and keep her heart right through all the mess. She said she didn't want to lose herself in this and pursue anything out of anger or vengeance. She just wanted to be free and have peace and keep her soul right. A hearing is slated for June the 6th, and that's tomorrow, on Williams' custody hearing. He doesn't need any children. I hope she gets sole custody of those children because he doesn't need contact with anybody. And I am so sorry for the family and friends in the community and the church who are involved and connected to this. No one deserves to have to deal with such pain and distress because of the arrogance and wickedness of another person.